Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Wisdom Wednesdays. I am Patrina Wisdom, your authentic living and leadership coach, and today we're going to jump right into our topic. This month we're talking about awakening transformation, and this is Awakening Transformation Part 2 today. So our first tip for today is don't get comfortable. Change is the only constant there is. So never get too attached to your success, your relationships, your career, or anything else, quite frankly, in your life. Be in the moment. Acknowledge and be grateful and savor every moment. Never take the simple things for granted. When I'm talking to audiences and when I'm speaking with my clients and even in conversation every day with friends, I always talk about how we as successful A-type personalities, overachieving, we have this goal, right? And the goal is way out there in the midst, just out there way in the ether, yeah? And every single day we're pushing and working and striving to reach these goals, whether it be who we want to become as a person, or maybe it's an actual physical goal, like a certain amount of money we want to make or a status that we want to accomplish. And the problem with that mindset is that it's always over there. It's always over there. And if we're constantly focusing our energy someplace that is not here in the now, in the present moment, then we lose sight of all the beautiful things that are actually happening in this moment. So it's very important for us to kind of balance, to learn how to balance living today while creating our tomorrow. And that's one of the main things that I help coach people with in my practice. So again, don't get comfortable. Be in the moment. Be present, be grateful, acknowledge the people and experiences around you for what they are, because those are a gift. And even when you're experiencing challenges, believe it or not, those challenges are there to teach you something. They're there to push you to the next level of where you're going in your life. So even be grateful for that. Find the gift in everything. So our second powerful tip for today is be willing to let go. Transformation and growth occur with movement. Holding on to anything too tightly only makes your process more painful. Whether it's material things like your house and your cars, belongings, relationships, anything that's stagnant or that's stagnating your energy, resistance, resentment, anger, all of these things are just keeping you stuck. Let it go. Be willing to let it go. Your growth is going to happen either way, so stop fighting it. Acknowledge that whatever it is that you are experiencing right now, the challenges that you're having, that maybe this chapter is just a time to let go so that you can move on to the next chapter. So the way I like to explain it is, again, holding on to something too tightly, whether it's a relationship, a situation, your home, whatever it is. When you're holding on tightly and you're gripping your fist so hard, nothing can get in and nothing can go out. So once you decide to open up that hand, you now have an opportunity not only to give more, but also to receive whatever blessings might be out there waiting for you. So I want to encourage you to let go. Let go mentally when you're starting to feel overwhelmed. Let go physically when you're holding on to something so tightly and you know that it's a losing battle. Holding on spiritually, right? There's certain things that we hold on to in our spirit, certain pains, certain hurts, certain experiences that we really need to let go in order to create space for something new and wonderful. And our last tip for today is that you are more than what you do. Do not let your career, your success, your belongings, anything define who you are, because you're more than what you do. Know when to take off the mask. I always say that we play so many different roles in our lives that oftentimes we get caught up in one of those masks. So you might be a mommy, you might be a friend, you might be a lover, a partner, a CEO, right? You might be the leader in your community, the person that everyone else goes to for advice. And sometimes that can become a role or a mask, as I like to call it. So it's really important to know when to take off that mask. You are a leader, you are a parent, you are a spouse, you are a friend. You're so much more than just the one or two things that you're allowing to define yourself, to define you. So each of those relationships are equally important, and they all require different things from you. Create space in your life to be in those roles or positions that are going to actually feed you and energize you, right? So some of those roles are spending time with our children, and we're reminded of how well we're doing as a parent, you know, when everything else is kind of going wrong or feels like it's going wrong. And then you look into your child's eyes and they're just looking at you with so much love, and you feel loved just as you are, as the imperfect being that you are, and see what a great job you're doing with them. Or when you look into a friend's eyes who is in conversation with you and you say something that just completely clears something up for them, and you've been of service in that way. So many different scenarios that feed you energetically. Maybe it's when you take time to meditate or go to your place of worship. Maybe it's just something simple like spending time doing something you absolutely love to do, even though it's not making you money or contributing to who you want to become as a person on this earth, right? Maybe it's belly dancing. Like, I love belly dancing. So, and when I do my belly dancing, it makes me feel sexy. It makes me feel like a woman. It empowers me. And it's just a magical thing energetically that happens that then affects every other area of my life. Same thing with yoga. If I don't start my day with yoga, I feel disoriented, I feel unfocused, I don't feel as connected or happy. So find what that is for you. Find what those joy-filled activities or experiences are, or relationships even, and make sure that you're creating time for those things. I hope you enjoyed our 3 powerful tips for awakening transformation today. I know that there are a lot of people going through a lot of really challenging times right now, and I understand, because it wasn't long ago that I was in the exact same position. And it's really interesting how life works, because there's always ups and there's always downs, and we just have to find a way to push through those and just trust that everything does happen for a reason, and we're going to come out even better on the other side. So if you're out there right now struggling with something, whether it's financial, whether it's relationship, whether it's self-esteem, just know that you have support. If you need it, you can always reach out to me via email, coaching@patrinawisdom.com. You can connect with me on Facebook. I do communicate a lot on Facebook. Feel free to send me a private message if you need support in something. And of course, I want to invite you to book a strategy session with me and explore the possibility of coaching if that's an option for you. Other than that, we also have our Sacred Self-Care Retreat coming up on July 20th and 21st here in sunny San Diego. We're going to have our sales page up for that sometime next week, and there are some of you out there that are going to be receiving personal invitations, because I've spoken with you, I've corresponded with you in some way, and I just know that you need it. So this retreat was actually created for you, and I really want you to be there. So look out for that. And lastly, before we go, exciting news. I was just asked to be a regular weekly expert, what do you call me, an expert person on a radio show here in San Diego. So I'm going to be on Love Real Estate Radio every week, and an expert contributor. That's what they call me, an expert contributor. So if you're in the area, or if you can tune in to 760 AM on Saturdays between 2 and 3 p.m., I'd love for you to listen in. If not, I will also have a link soon on my site to access that. And also through my mailer. So if you're not already on my list, visit patrinawisdom.com. Get on my list, subscribe, you'll get your freebies, you'll get all the information, and never miss out on anything. As usual, it's been fantastic spending time with you today, and I will see you next Wednesday, same place, same time, for Wisdom Wednesdays.